What's going on, everybody? The first episode of Rookies to Relics with me, James the Greek. Now, if you've been watching Closers with me and David Aardsma, you know that I am a baseball card junkie. A lot of people think that you have to spend a lot of money in order to get great baseball cards, and I don't think that's the case. Now, I will admit I don't know the most about baseball cards. It's just fun to me. But you take a look at this first card that I have. It's the 2018 Topps Shohei Ohtani rookie debut, and it's one of my favorite cards, and it's really not that hard to get. So if you take a look at it, the one that I have is a PSA 9. Now, I don't really care if a card is a 9 or a 10. I don't intend on selling them. I know that if you have a PSA 10 or an SGC 10, you're going to get a premium. But if I'm keeping them in my collection, I don't care if it's a 9 or a 10. I won't usually go under a 9 because I want it to be crisp and mint. But you take a look at this card right here. In a PSA 10, it costs about $155. Over the last month, I looked at the numbers, averaged them out. So the ones that sold on eBay in a PSA 10 averaged about $155. I ended up purchasing this one for $52, which is about the average for a PSA 9. So I got a Shohei Ohtani rookie card from his rookie debut in a PSA 9. And why do I want a PSA 9 rather than just having it raw? I like the card being protected. You never know what's going to happen when you're moving, when, you have your cousin or your neighbor or somebody come over here, knocks down your cards, and all of a sudden they're just a giant disgrace because they're not protected. So I like getting it graded over having it just raw. But if you wanted to get this card in raw condition, it's $38. So for my liking, if I can get a card for $50 and it's well protected, as opposed to $38, I'm totally cool with that. As far as I'm concerned, Shohei Ohtani is just a safe investment. I'm not looking at baseball cards as an investment, but if you want to get something where okay, I'm not going to lose money, it's Shohei Ohtani. Because this dude is Babe Ruth. He's, an immortal. He's Michael Jordan. He's Messi. He is going to be talked about for the rest of my life at least. So if you have Ohtani cards, I highly doubt they're going to go down in value too much. Let's take a look at my second pick. So the next card on my list of 3 is this Bo Jackson from 2023's Big League Topps collection. Now, you'll notice that this one isn't graded, and I'll tell you why. Because it's cheap. It's $3, but look how beautiful this card is. It's got that hello, my name is in the background. That would be on a name tag. Then you have Bo running at you with that beautiful graffiti bow behind. Is it worth anything? No, not really. You can get them raw for $3 on eBay, which is the reason why you see that it's not graded, because if I ruin it, I can just go out and buy 20 of them. I might grade it because I really like it and I might put it in my display. I don't need to have a super expensive card to display it. This is just a really cool card. When you look at Bo Jackson, especially in this, you think about, 90s cool with his Bo Knows campaign. You look at his cross trainers, the sneakers. He was a big deal in urban areas. I grew up in Brooklyn, and I remember seeing so many people with a Bo Knows shirt or a Kansas City Royals jersey or a Raiders jersey with Bo. He was a phenomenon. And it's really amazing for a guy who didn't have any sort of records, who isn't really relevant today other than his fame. He is still very, very collectible because people love him. They consider him the greatest athlete they've ever seen. And I'm one of those people. I agree with him. So you kind of get a little idea of who I am. I love, two-way players. So Bo, who played football and baseball. Ohtani, who loves to pitch and loves to hit. I mean, those are the kind of players I like. I like revolutionary players. If you're looking for this card, you can get it really cheap, like I said. If you want to get it for a PSA 10, you could probably get it for $60. And if you want it in a PSA 9, it goes for about $30. You might be able to find it for $20, but definitely a cool card. And if you're a kid from the 80s and 90s like I am, and you remember the show Pro Stars, you'll remember Bo Jackson. Let's go to my number 3 card. And finally, my number 3 card. This one I'm really proud of because it's out there. It's different looking. This is the 2022 Topps Update Silver Pack Mojo Julio Rodriguez rookie. Julio did not have a great year last year, but he still had a very good year, and a lot of people think he's going to have a monster season this year. Because he didn't do so well last year, his cards went down in price a little bit, and I was there to just take fully advantage of the sale that I found on eBay. I got this card for $20. It is a PSA 9. You can get a raw version of this card on average for about $7.75. And if you're looking to get it in a PSA 10, it's going for about $45 right now. Like I said, I paid $20 for it. I love Julio. I think he's a fantastic player, and he's the kind of guy that I want to display. And if you take a look at this card, just look at the beautiful chrome on that, and then you've got that gold border. It's just a beautiful card, and for anybody who is a Seattle Mariners fan, you really should go out and get more Julio cards, especially if they're going to be going this cheap. December, January, February, right before baseball season starts, this is the time to go out and get your cards. I picked up more cards in December than I did in the 3 months previous. Like I said, I don't care about the value. For those of you that do, I'm giving it to you, but I just wanted to show you 3 cards from my collection that I bought recently that are all under $100 that you can get very easily, readily available on eBay or on whatnot, and check them out. So we'll do this again next week. Thanks so much for watching. And don't forget to watch Closers every Thursday at noon.